Hello, everyone. It's Sherry from Tucson, Arizona, and it's February 23rd, 2017. Yeah, and I can talk today too. I just wanted to show you what was going on with my garden. My arugula has started to flower, and will probably set seed. This probably means it's too bitter to be really very edible. I mean, it's edible, but it's probably really spicy. So I'll be pulling a lot of that out and composting it, maybe eating some, but composting most of it. Then this will be reserved for some of my early summer crops that need to go in. In fact, over here where you see all these little posts, this is where I've planted new stuff. That's mostly kale and dinosaur kale and red salad bowl lettuce that came from Jake Mace's seed bank box. So anyway, we'll see how well those do with the summer heat. And then back here, this is the part of my garden, I mean, you learn, right? And this was my first year to do a full planting in this garden. Actually, not even full planting, because I really didn't plant this row out. I had those big tomato plants and that arugula, and that was it. And I kept thinking I was going to tear the bed out, but then the tomatoes were doing so well that I was afraid to mess with it, so I just left it as was. And then the amazing thing was I was getting ready to dig up a bunch of this dirt and throw it out because I felt like it was the bad dirt, and I started digging it up, and there were worms, and it was black, and Earth's Original Organics is amazing because I only really took care of the tomato plants, and somehow it really, it just spread all over, and it is amazing. And I even dug, I thought I was going to take this worm tower out, and so I dug way down there, and it was just amazing the whole way. I mean, like from here all the way to there, I dug out, and it was just still amazing. So I changed my mind on what I was going to do. I kind of put the wormhole back together again. It still needs to be tied down and everything. But now I just put the half bumper crop, half coconut core on top and stirred it in really well. And it's good to go. And I don't know if you can see this with the shade right now, but some of these, if you get real down close, you can see some of these have soil and some have coconut core on top. The coconut core on top is the stuff I just planted today. I don't know why yesterday, but I hadn't planted in a little while, and I completely forgot about putting the coconut core on top. So anyway, so the stuff back here is all stuff like Swiss chard and kale that just did not get enough sun back here in this corner, and I even planted them twice, and they just really didn't do well. There's some dill that I'm pretty excited about having dill. I need to start adding that to my salads. Different types of kale. This is going to be hopefully a Brussels sprout plant. No Brussels sprouts yet. Here's some more kale. And this whole front of this thing is arugula. And I think most of the stuff back there is arugula. I mean, my arugula kind of like took over the garden. So lesson learned, I will not let these actually go to seed. They've gone to flower, but they've not gone to seed yet. And I will be pulling most of this out because arugula is just too harsh to be eating by itself. And it just dominated this garden this year. So back there, I have more kale way back there in the back that didn't get enough sun. And more arugula, and there should be some cilantro in there, but again, everything now is being blocked sun-wise by this arugula. So I'm going to be pulling most of this arugula out. All this stuff is like lettuce and mustards. They're doing fantastic. And I started planting my garlic because I really believe that garlic can help you with bug control. So that's good. Over here is another one of these silly okra plants that just does not get the message that it's winter and they should have died, and they didn't get covered in the frost, and for some reason they're still alive, but I'll probably pull these out. They're just barely hanging on. Some Thai basil that made it through, some sweet potatoes that didn't make it through real well, but that's fine. They're still there. I'm hoping to do a big patch of sweet potatoes this year, maybe right where this countertop is. When he removes the countertop, I may be digging this up and putting in sweet potatoes. So there's still new growth on these sweet potato plants. So some of them are still going. And this is a big radish that I let go. And it went to seed, and now we're getting seed pods. So I'm very excited about harvesting the seeds from that. Here's some more different types of lettuce. You can barely see it in here, but there's a ton of this purple stuff down in there underneath all the green lettuce. Here's more arugula. Yes, arugula just took over my thing. And here's some of the Toho Odom onions. These are some collards right here. This is my lovely tree collard which when I got it did not look so lovely, and it's really coming along. I want to get that planted soon. Here's some carrots that are going to seed. I'm probably going to let these go to seed and pick the rest because I really want to perpetuate them and keep them going each year. That, I believe, is another Brussels sprout plant. Yes, more Brussels sprouts, so hopefully I'll have Brussels sprouts. And as you can see, I'm hoping you can see this, I have beans everywhere, so I've got to get in here and pick some of these peas real soon. Anyway, my goal for today, one of the reasons why I'm going to be pulling out all this arugula, is that I'm putting in my new water system, irrigation system. I've never had actual irrigation. I had the Oya balls back along that back wall, but nothing really grew there because of the soil. So I'm putting in this wonderful stuff that I found at Lowe's that I had heard about before that. I don't know if you guys can see this, but they have little, there. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but they're little, there. They're little holes every so many inches. I think about every 6 to 12 inches. So here's a hole, here's a hole. So yeah. So probably about every 12 inches. And so I'm wrapping that 12 inches apart, but then only 6 inches from my wall because I know my wall's hotter and stuff. And hopefully, I already have all my big tubing down here that I'd already put in here, but never really got to work that well. So, because I could never get the timer to work. So anyway, so I just wanted to show you guys what it looked like before I ripped all the arugula out. Have a great 2016 growing season, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. I can